brute force attack, right? Now this guy, this is the computer, right? Or this can be your Windows computer. This can be your any application like ICICI Bank application. Get you mean? Salesforce application, your Facebook, your Insta. Get you mean? Any application which required login ID and password. We assign login ID and password to any computer, to any application, so that only the person who is authorized can log in. Other people should not be able to log in. Similarly, nowadays we are assigning login ID, password, or some code to the mobile also, so that only you should be able to see, other people should not be able to see, right? Similarly, all your workstations, your applications, banking application, Facebook, Insta, everything you mention login ID and passwords. Yes or no? To log in, right? Now this guy wants to log in to your Windows computer. Get I mean? Wants to log into the Windows computer. So let's say somehow, because in the companies, for example, I'm giving you the broadport can happen on any application on any system. For example, let's say one of the in your company, right? This guy has want to access your computer, log into your computer. Get I mean? What will happen is somehow he'll come to know about the user ID, because getting the user ID is not very difficult. Some social media like LinkedIn and all, right? Because generally the login ID password is first name dot last name and last name, half first name, half last name, like that, or only first name. Get I mean? Getting the username format is not very difficult, right? Let's say attacker has gone checked the username. Username is Sulabh. Get I mean? Now he want to log into this system, right? Get I mean? So what happens is he will enter the username Sulabh. Now password, he do not know the password. Get I mean? So he will try multiple password to log in, because one password will not work. Yes or no? Yes. So he will use the try and hit method. Trial and hit method, right? Trial and hit method means multiple password he will try. Sometimes he'll try welcome at the rate 123 known password. There is a pre-known password. Welcome at the rate 123, Sulabh at the rate 1234, Google at the rate 1234. Combination of passwords he will try to gain the unauthorized access, right? Sometimes he will try, with let's say he does not know that in your company there are multiple users are there, right? Multiple users are there, yes or no? Any user can log into any computer by their user ID and password, right? So what happens is he will keep the password, say welcome at the rate 1234, and he will try multiple username with same password. Maybe any of user has used the same password. Yes or no? Yes. I have to log into ICICI Bank account. I'm keeping, maybe someone has kept welcome at the rate 1234, and I'll try multiple login ID with same password. Okay, fine. So maybe you keep one parameter constant, either user ID constant, multiple password, or password constant, multiple username, vice versa, right? So this kind of way of getting the unauthorized access by keeping the username and trying the multiple password, or by trying the multiple username and keeping the username as constant, right? That kind of way to gain the unauthorized access to your computer is called as brute force attack. Get in mind? This brute force attack is nothing but the gaining of unauthorized access to any computer or application by keeping the username constant and password variable, or by keeping the password constant, username variable, right? This way attacker may gain the access of any computer, any application. This kind of attack is called as brute force attack. Get in mind? We'll call a successful brute force attack if attacker will gain the access. We call it successful brute force attack, right? So in this case, login failure will happen anytime, whenever login first time it happen, one event will generate login failure for this particular user ID. Next time generated, again login failure. Next time tried, again login failure. Get in mind? That's the reason we are monitoring if there are many login failure within a short period of time. Get in mind? Maybe legitimate user will not try. Legitimate user will try 2-3 times. One time maybe you enter wrong password, alphabetical something mistake you have done. Next time you will try, or a old password tha. Third time you will try. 3-4 times you will try, right? You will not try 50 times, 100 times within a short period of time. Get in mind? If you see people are trying 100 times with the same username or same password, right? That means it can be the brute force attempt. Somebody is trying to brute force to gain unauthorized access. Get in mind? So gaining the unauthorized access to any account right, to gain the unauthorized access called brute force attack, right? But attacker will not try manually, because attacker may not enter, because it's not something that within 100 password only he will be able to log in. Yes or no? There will be many combination and permutation of the password of the user ID. Yes or no? So attacker will use the software that is called as brute force software. In this particular system, username and password, if I try manually, I may not able to do 100 times, 1000 times within a minute. Yes or no? How many password manually I will write? I'll enter. Very difficult to brute force. Yes or no? So attacker will install brute force software in his system, right? And he will give, let's say he's targeting the username Sulaf. Then he will have in brute force, he will upload the library of passwords, all permutation and combinations, right, which are available, right? And software is a script, right? It's automation. It will automate entering the username and entering the password. He'll make the username constant and he will try multiple password, even 1,000 times, many thousand times within a minute. You can try to log in many thousand times using the brute force software. Yes or no? Get in mind? So brute force software will have the combination of very well. That's why it is being told that do not keep the easy password welcome @1234 or your name @123. You make the combination of username, combination of alphanumeric characters, right, as well as special characters, as well as uppercase, lowercase, and at least 8 digit. You have to keep strong password. Get in mind? So that it will be difficult for attacker to do the brute force. So many of the application started giving the captcha, because what happens is software can enter the password but cannot enter the captcha, right? The captcha is every time whenever you log in, next time you log in, captcha change, next time you log in, captcha change, right? So that even though using the password also, it will not be able to read the captcha. Only human can read the captcha. That's the reason sometimes you log in, enter the captcha to check whether you are not robot. Sometimes you see on the website to check, enter the captcha to see you are not robot. Robot means brute force software. Robot is nothing but a script automation, right? So your brute force is a robot, right? Robotically, so somebody should not be able to try login. That's the reason captcha is there, so that you are not robot. Prove that you are not robot. Because only you can read that, and this one, the software cannot read the captcha. Now attackers are also very intelligent. What happens is they found the way also to reading the captcha here. Let's say captcha is written XV5Z, right? Only text is written, right? Now there are ways has been created. The brute force software can also can read the captcha. Now security tools stop giving the captcha, writing the captcha on the form of text. Now they are giving the image. Now they started giving the image. On image it is written XYZ5 on the image, not on the text format. On the text is written on the image, means not readable by the software. Some of the strong company which are keeping which want to keep the strong security, now they stop giving the text now, even on the image. Now they started giving images, which all the images you see the buses. Which all the images you see the road cross signals, you see the fire fight or something like that, right? So just to ensure that people will not be able to, means robot will not be able to log in, means people should not be able to do the brute force. Yes or no? So this kind of attack is called as brute force attack, right? And so brute force attack can be happen on anything, either your application, or either Windows system, or either your mobile, or anything brute force, whichever required the user ID password to log in. If there is no login required, means anyone can get into it. To secure, only authorized people should get into it. We need the user ID password. Yes or no? And to avoid the brute force capture and everything, so attacker may try to do the brute force in any application, any systems, any mobile which require the user ID password. So brute force attack can happen anything, any login form. Any application which has the login form, attacker may try to use this to run the login, right? So let me tell you, in the company, if I talk about Windows login failure, I'm getting high number of Windows login failure attempt detected. Means high number of login failure, 100 in 1 minute. I'm giving 100 in 1 minute, right? That means internal user will not try to enter 100 in 1 minute times. within a short period from 1 minute, 100 times login failure means 100 events generated. Yes or no? Within 100 minutes, legitimate user will not try. In your company SUE, there are 100 login failure happen within 1 minute. It may not be the legitimate activity, because if you Akib is trying to log in, he will try 2-3 times. If I got the password, he is not able to. He will call to service desk, help desk to change his password. He will not try 100 times. Yes or no? So we are seeing in your company with the username Akib, there are 100 login attempts within a short period of time, 1 minute or 2 minutes. It can be the brute force. Let's say attacker has sent an email, right? Attacker has sent an email, malware email, right? And this guy has opened the email, and this system got compromised. Now attacker can access this computer, means attacker has access to this computer. Get mind? Now attacker is already able to access this computer. Now attacker will try to access this computer as well. Yes or no? Now maybe attacker has sent email to multiple people, but what happens is they have not opened the emails, right? Now attacker will try some other way to get into other computers, right? So maybe attacker once, because attacker has full control of this machine now, right? Now attacker may deploy some other tool like brute force software. Get one machine. If you watch my video, what is malware, right? I have explained you, if your system get infected with malware, what all things attacker can do. Attacker can install further software like brute force software and compromise other computer. Attacker can steal the data from your computer. Attacker can install keylogger, and whatever activity, whatever user and password you are entering for banking application, everything can be learned by the attacker by installing keyloggers. Keylogger means whatever key you are typing, right? Everything will be recorded and send the screenshot to the attacker. But a keylogger, attacker can do the crypto mining and earn the money by doing the cryptocurrency calculation. So multiple things can be done. If you watch my video, I explain you in detail. Attacker can encrypt your file by using ransomware software, ransomware malware, right? And ask the money. So if your system gets infected, multiple things attacker can do. Now let's say attacker want to compromise, attacker want to create a botnet. This system got infected, we call it bot. Get it? Bot is nothing but the robot. And botnet is the network of robot. Robot means without your action, robotically happening, right? So attacker control machine, attacker is not physically available here. Still something is happening on your computer, attacker controlling machine and doing something activity. That we call as a robot. Even this system as in fact we call as a bot. Bot has been installed here, which is using script automatically performing some functions. We call it a bot. Now once so you the bot one computer, if it compromise other computer, the network of this compromised computer which has the bot installed we call as botnet. Network of compromised computer called a botnet. So once this computer compromised, attacker will try to compromise other computer, try to gain back to other computer. Right? Now attacker may install brute force software here. Now he'll enter the username and password of other computer. Remind, in this case, once the attacker enter the, let's say attacker will try some username. Let's say Akib username he tries. Akib, he mentions the username Akib and password randomly trying multiple times. Once first time access and enter the user Akib, one event will be generated. Windows login failure for the user Akib. Again he will try, again Windows login failure, again Windows login failure, again Windows login failure. Means it's a software, right? Trying multiple times. In this case, you will see high number of Windows login failure for the user Akib. If 2, 3 times, 4 times I'm coming, we'll understand Akib is trying. Akib may have forgot his password. But within short period of time, 1 minute, if there are 100 login failure, 200 login, more login failure will coming within this short period of time, Akib will not try. Because from manually, people cannot try 100 times, 200 times within this short period of time. Right? Means something is fishy going on. Maybe this is a brute force attacker already inside on another system and maybe trying to do the brute force to the other systems. That's the reason we create the role high number of Windows login failure. We can also call as Windows brute force attempt. Name is it's same activity, right? I can call also Windows brute force attempt. I can call a high number of Windows login failure some particular user, right? So that's the reason we create a role, because we cannot monitor billions of logs manually. Yes or no? Okay, this user 100 login failure, this user, this attack, this attack. We cannot monitor. So we ask our ESM, bhai, if you see there are 100 login failure within 1 minute from any other user, same user. If it is Akib, from Akib only. If there are 100 login failure for the user Jatin, then it should be Jatin only. Then send an alert so that we can investigate further. Get it? And that is the reason we create an alert. Maybe attacker is already inside and trying to create the botnet, and resulting each and every attempt. For every attempt, even attacker is trying 200 times within a minute, right? How many times you have attempt? Every time it will generate the log. Yes or no? Activity log. Yes. And resulting high number of login failure will be generated. Yes or no? That's called as brute force attack, and that is the reason we monitoring this high number of brute force. So once I see for the user archive, I alert got trigger for the user archive. For the user archive, there are 100 login failure in 1 minute. The rule trigger. Then I may have to create the active channel and see, maybe because it might be possible that this attacker is trying from yesterday, but sometime he kept the frequency as, let's say, 60 in 1 minute. He kept the frequency 16 in 1 minute, 17 in 1 minute. He kept the slow frequency. First time I have your SMS is 100 minutes, a rule trigger now. Before frequency was less, means slow attack, and resulting a rule threshold has not met. Rule condition 100 minutes was not met. Get it mind? Within 100 minutes there are 100 attempts. Within 1 minute there are 100. Then all the rule will fire. If there are 70 or less than 100, rule will not fire. And resulting, yesterday you were missing that activity. Today only you came to know 100 in a minute. Alert trigger. Then you have to investigate further. Since how long this activity is happening. Then you create the active channel. Windows login failure for the user archive and see last 24 hours, 48 hours to see since how long this activity is happening. You come to know 5,000 connections. 5,000 connections in 1 minute. It can be the brute force attempt, right? Once you analyze there are 5,000 attempts, you have to create the case. You have to raise the case. In this case, you will consider true positive. Get what I'm saying? True positive means it is suspicious activity. Once you investigate it, if it is not suspicious activity, we call this case as false positive. False positive will not take any action. We will close the case. Will not take any action. True positive means the rule trigger high number of brute force attempt, but it actually is a brute force. Means doing first level of analysis, we came to this actually suspicious activity. We call as true positive, and we will take the respective action what is defined by the company, by the process. And as per the process, now once we see there are 5,000 connections as per the process for the company, and as well as it is a sufficient of 5,000, it can be brute force. So in this case, I may have to check with the user. Before taking any further action in this case, because only I can check with the user whether user is trying on something he is doing. First of all, I'll create a case. It depends. Sometime, let's say you are working for one of the company based on Saudi Arabia, right? You are monitoring from India. Sometime you are on-site team you have which are sitting on client side. So sometime you'll raise the case and you are assigned to the client side team, and they will be checking further internet to the other people, right? But the right way is if you don't have client side, then in this particular case you will assign to the end user and check. Hello Akib, we have seen that from your username, we have seen more than 5,000 login failure attempt from this particular system to this particular. This is a source IP, this is the destination IP. Source host, destination host number. We have seen we have more than 5,000 login failure attempt. Let us know whether you have tried. Maybe you have installed some script to automate some activities, right? That is the reason there might be possible that the false positive reason is maybe possible that it is actually not a brute force attempt. Attacker is not trying. User may have scheduled some script. Script is again a robot. Yes or no? So in what cases user schedule the script? Now you have some tools installed in the system which generate some kind of report, for example, some kind of report, right? These all report you have to send every day, every time to this particular system, right? So manually you pick those report and transfer it here. It's a manual work. Then I said, I'm a developer here, and developer I have the scripting knowledge. Let me do some kind of automation. Get it? So I have created a script. I have created an automation script. So script will automatically pick up whenever any file is generated, automatically it will pick up the file and send it to the other computer. Get it? But in order to send this to other computer and keep on this particular folder, script will have to log in on this system. Yes or no? Means script should be authorized to log in and keep the file here. Now, in order to log in, you have to give the login credential. So I don't have any other credential because my username is Akib, right? And password is welcome@1234. So let's say any password he has given, for example, any password he has given. So now he is using this username to this password. Now he is having access to the system also as per the Active Directory. same username, this system also he can access, right? Now in order to log in, script that has been installed, he has defined his username and password. Now whenever a script try to transfer the file, it uses this username and password to log in this machine and transfer the file. Recently, Akib got the notification that your password is going to expire in 2 days. Because company set the rule, right? Yeah. Password should expire in every 60 days, 90 days, or 45 days. Anyway, so that maybe if some password has been revealed as part of some compromise activities, right? So you change the password now, right? So every 60 days, 90 days, or 45 days, company posts the policy, change the password. Akib got a notification that your password is going to expire. You have to change the password. Akib changed the password on his system and now logged in his system with the new password. But Akib missed, he forgot that he also entered the password, username password on the script, right? He keep working the system. Now script is trying to send the files and trying to log in the system, but now password has been changed, right? Script is an automation, right? Not a human. Yes or no? Yeah. A script is trying to transfer. For that, it is learned to log in now. Login field, it's a script, right? Again, it will try to log in, until it gets success. It's a program, right? Again, it will try to log in and resulting high number of login failure attempt logs will be generated. Yes or no? So this is a false positive activity. This is not an attack. Yes or no? Because of the user having scheduled some script. Because of that, this alert, this high number of event has been generated, and it came to SIEM, and SIEM has generated an alert. You monitor, and you are thinking that maybe it may be brute force attack, or might be user has scheduled some script. That's the reason we are assigning that case to the user, saying that we have seen high number of brute force attempt have been generated from your machine. Let us know if you have scheduled any script and recently you have changed the password and you have not changed the password in the script, which is trying to authenticate itself. Authenticate means get the access, authentication activity, trying to authenticate itself and resulting this kind of, oh yes Sulabh, I actually recently changed my password, I forgot to change. Okay, I'll fix it out, sorry for that. Okay, we'll close this case as a false positive after investigation. 99.9%. Whenever you go to any company, you will see in every shift you will see such rule trigger, because Windows login failure rule, actually this particular rule you will see in every shift. High number of login failure, Windows brute force attempt. Every shift you see this rule trigger, and 99.9% this rule is a false positive. Okay, I mean, maybe some script has been scheduled and resulting this is happening, but 0.1% chances there would be a false true positive and brute force attempt. Yes or no? Understand, right? But 1% also we cannot leave. We have to monitor. That's the reason only 0.1% chances are there for brute force. That's the reason we consider this case as a low priority or low severity case. It's not high priority. Even though you have thousands of login, it's not a high priority. Why? Because many of the Windows now, especially for Windows, we set the policy of lockout policies. After 3 or 5 attempts, account will get locked out. So you try 1,000 times also, account will not be able to allow to log in. Yes or no? So that's the reason. So we know that we have lockout policies, right? Even 1,000 times login failure attempt will happen. Still, attacker is not legal. But we are configuring this kind of alert so that we should come to know, right? If somebody is trying to log in, brute force attempt is happening, even though attacker will not be able to log in, means somebody is already inside. Because these systems have private IP, right? From outside, then nobody can try to log in. If somebody is trying to log in, means somebody already came inside. Means particular system is compromised, then only attacker will try to log into other system. Means some system is being compromised. If user has not done it, if attacker has done it, even the brute force is not successful, right? But somebody is there inside. I have to do the further exam. So in case user said that, it's a rare situation. I have never seen that. I have never seen, see, it's been many years, I've worked for many companies, right? I have seen all the environment. I have never seen successful brute force attack for Windows. It will always fall positive. But in case interview asks, what is successful, user said that user has not done it, then what will you do in this case? Very possible that user machine is what? User machine is infected. Yes or no? User machine is compromised. Then user said that not happening and has not accepted any script. That means user machine is being compromised, right? And any machine compromised, any machine infected malware, any compromise happen, first action we'll take is we have to isolate the machine, right? First sign, whenever we see any machine compromised or any machine infected with malware, we have to isolate the machine from the network, right? Now we have isolated, now we have to check what is happening. Then we may pull the firewall report, because whenever any attacker is compromised the machine, or so any incoming and outgoing traffic will be there. Attacker control machine from outside, right? Yes or no? It means this machine must be communicating outside. In that case, we'll pull up the firewall report. Get it, mind? So I have Cisco firewall, I have checkpoint firewall. I can give the condition device vendor equal to Cisco or device vendor is checkpoint. Then under end condition, then device provider equal to ESA and device provider equal to checkpoint firewall. Right? I'll give the condition and I'll pull the firewall report. I'll give the source IP or destination IP is equal to this. Either source or destination. Get it, mind? Means either traffic coming from inside to outside or outside to inside. Means source and destination contains this particular IP equal to this particular IP. I want to see this log. Get it, mind? In that case, I have to create a channel, a firewall, and for this particular system, source IP or destination IP belongs to this particular system. Yes or no? I'll get the report and I'll see what kind of communication is happening. I found it's communicating one of the IP which belongs to Pakistan. Or system to impact ho gaya. It belongs to Pakistan. I checked. There are various sites like Talos Intelligence. You have MX Toolbox. What are those sites? There are many other sites also, but these are some sites which are very reliable. Majority of people are using. Some of the Alien Vault you have, IBM also you have Checkpoint site also you have. But these are some of the sites which are very reliable. MX Toolbox, okay? MX Toolbox. So IP-wide. So where we can enter the IP address. We will enter the IP address and check the reputation. Get in mind? We can enter the IP address or URL also. URL reputation also we can check. Variable reputation also we can check.